Hi, I'm Maureen Fitzgerald, and I'm the author of several books about making the world a better place. And this is my Substack, Journal of a Recovering Lawyer. And today I just wanted to share something that's been on my mind for months and months. And it's about positive thinking. And I used to have a friend who, whenever I'd phone and say, I'm not feeling that great, she'd go, "Sure, you're feeling fine." And it would drive me crazy because I thought something's wrong, but I couldn't articulate what the problem was. And now I know what the problem is. And I'm going to use a specific example, and I hope this helps you. Something that happened a few months ago. A friend of mine came over and we were having dinner, and she picked up her phone and was texting. And I was so appalled. I went, "Oh my gosh, how do I deal with this? This is very interesting." Because yeah, it's one of those awkward moments. You don't know what to do. And I sort of eyeballed her, and my friend next to me nudged me and said, "Don't worry, just be happy. Like, just don't worry about stuff like that." And immediately I was like completely on edge. And then I thought about this afterwards when I said something like, "Oh, maybe we should check our phones at the front door, make a joke of it or something like that." But later on, I realized this is important to talk about, and I'll tell you why. There are three reasons why this type of positive thinking or "don't worry, be happy" thing it never works. And the other rarely works. Sometimes for small things it might. And the other thing is there are three specific reasons why you want to do something differently. So I just want to run through those right now. Number one, this idea of "don't worry, be happy" actually feels good for a moment, but it only feels good because you're actually distracting yourself from the feelings of discomfort that you're feeling. And worse, you're usually suppressing those feelings that you're feeling. But because it feels good, we go, "Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I can lighten up or whatever." So the second thing is that if you are suppressing them, they're going to come back. You're not going to forget this. It's going to bother you later on. So if you don't deal with it right away, it's going to be problematic. And that's because you're actually denying an aspect of yourself that really wants to come out and be heard. So we won't get into shadow work right now, but that's number two. Number three, it actually causes a split in you. This is really important for women who are trying to make people happy, not realizing that it costs them. It causes this split where your body's saying something's wrong and your mind's going, "No, no, nothing's wrong." This is actually gaslighting yourself. And what happens is it causes this instability, vibrational instability, which makes you feel really uncomfortable and unstable. And the worst part is other people pick up on that as well on a really practical level. Just think about those people, those nicer than nice people at the counter or whatever. You kind of think they're frauds or something. You don't trust them at a fundamental level. So in any event, "don't worry, be happy" just doesn't work. It makes you feel good temporarily. You're usually suppressing it. It'll come back at a time when you don't want it. So what does work? And back to this situation of somebody being at my house, at a dinner party, talking on the phone. I think the other thing is that of positive thinking, I call it positive being, and that has 3 points to it. And the first is just simply acknowledge to yourself, you don't have to say it out loud, that it's happening. Acknowledge, say, "Yes, there's somebody at my dinner table talking on their phone. Isn't it interesting that I'm bothered by that?" And accepting that it's happening, accepting that people are doing it, accepting the feelings that you might be having. The accepting piece is really important. And even if you can go so far as to dig a bit deeper and say, "I've got this sense of this feeling of powerlessness," or whatever it is. Number two, you can actually choose. Once you accept it fully, instead of denying it and pushing it, you can choose and say, "I don't have to suppress it, and I don't have to freak out. I'm a mature adult and I can actually choose." And the best way to do this is be a witness to yourself. Look back at yourself and say, "I'm going to choose right now to say something funny or whatever, but I'm going to investigate it later. I'm going to self reflect on this because this is something that I want to be able to do." And the third is, if you do that, if you accept it and you acknowledge that you don't have to freak out or whatever, you enter into this state of acceptance or I call it self love or self worthiness, where from that state, you can actually respond really appropriately from your heart. So, back to this situation of at the table, I could easily, if my heart was open, if I wasn't shut down by feeling powerless at my own dinner, I could say something like, "Oh, Bonnie, I noticed that you're on your phone. Can I help you? Do you need a room to have a conversation with or something?" Obviously, something must be really important for you. So, from that heartfelt place, you can actually access a more beautiful response to the situation. So that's my take on why positive thinking should be replaced by positive being. I hope that helps you today. It was fun thinking about, and have a great Friday, another sunny Friday. Freezing, but sunny. Talk to you later. Bye.